Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
I had the 100th edition of The Amazing Spider-Man, and I gave it to a friend when I was a kid. My friend Tony?
Yeah.
He still got it.
He still has it?
It's probably worth like $1,000.
Wow.
I bought it.
Thanks,
new off
Tony.
the I know.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want your water? Is it, you get
I'm
it?
good.
I can put it on a stool right there. Oh no, it's probably good over there, so we don't have.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Gotcha.
fine.
What's up, everyone? Oh boy. Oh. Look at that!
Hey,
We
yeah.
managed to get it up today, just in time, too. Hey, look what that box is. That's 801. And how are you gonna get the 801? Anybody know? Tell them, Fernando. How are you gonna get the 801?
You have to watch the video. The Dean went to Oklahoma to the kicker facility and comment on the video.
Meaning,
What do
tell
you
us-
like? What you don't like? What do you want to see more?
Yes.
And all those comments, we're gonna pick one, and that guy is gonna get that amplifier.
Pretty exciting.
Yes.
No, that's pretty cool.
I know,
I
right?
didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lori is out of frame here. Say hi, Lori.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi, John.
Hello.
We'll get to this guy in a minute. So yeah, when we
What's up,
dynoed the
Alex?
amplifiers,
Uh-huh.
he
Sean,
goes.
David.
He goes.
Jimmy.
We're
What's up,
recording.
Jimmy?
He goes. Should we just give them away? And I go. Yeah.
I am not the computer dude from Jurassic Park.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. that's-
I am not in his tax bracket, I promise you.
Was it Melman?
Oh, dude.
Newman.
Newman.
No,
Newman.
that's not Jurassic Park.
No, but the guy.
Seinfeld. Yeah,
I
it's
know
the
it's the
same
same
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
It's the same guy.
It's Newman,
Yeah, it's the
but
same
it's
guy.
not. Yeah.
My
Alright.
agent is going to be so angry right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh, Jimmy says hi, Lori.
Hey, Jimmy.
So anyways, that's how you win that. Just go ahead and watch it because the whole idea behind it is we had a lot of fun filming. It was very nice that Kicker brought us out there. There is one scene that Bill is in that you can just kind of see him. It's when we're playing with the Kipple. Anyways.
Quipple?
Flipple.
The Clipple.
Quipple.
Yeah.
K-L...
Clipple.
Ipple.
Clipple?
Clipple.
I don't know why I call it Kipple, but I want to.
No.
No, I kind of do want to call it
Clipple.
We have a guy named Kip. He's
Yeah, Kip.
he's
Kip is
Yeah.
Kip.
he's
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
jack of all trades.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
we know Kip.
Yeah.
We know
They came.
He's,
No,
he's,
Kip,
No,
Kip
oh,
is
no.
not. Dave.
Dave
is
came.
Dave,
Dave,
yeah,
yes.
David
Yes,
Bart.
yes. Right,
Dave
right.
Bart. Anyways, you're in that scene. You're just there's like one little
Okay.
ninja scene of you walking behind because you were taking pictures in there.
Okay, so now that
okay.
he
So
was in
anyways.
the video, who is here?
So we have Bill Braun, right?
Close enough.
How do you
Braun.
say it? Brown?
My grandfather was very insistent. You say it Brown. Anybody from Germany
Braun?
use it. B-R-A-U-N. Yes, just like the shaver.
Braun.
Braun.
Phonetically, yes.
Braun.
My grandfather was very, very insistent, and he's from there.
No, that's fine.
So you talk to anybody in Germany, you spell out that name, they go, oh, Brown.
Brown, like
Yeah,
the color.
Like the color.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, now that we
Brown.
have that,
You
So
asked.
let's leave it like that.
Bill Braun.
Okay.
Not spelled that way. Anyways, from Kicker here, what is your title at Kicker? Let's get that out of the way because I've managed to screw that up several times.
My
'Cause I
business
do
card says social media associate and copywriter.
Social media? What really? Copywriter?
Yeah, I
Okay.
write almost everything that comes out of Kicker.
So copy, like we're thinking like old style newspaper type copy editor type
Yes,
thing.
I write the press releases. I write pretty much the entire catalog. I write everything that goes on the website with very rare reception.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't
So-
know that
Wow.
part.
So
I just been
yeah.
calling you the social media guy because that's all we
I
ever-
am the social media guy. That's true.
Yeah. So anytime you put hashtag Kicker Audio, this is the guy that looks at it. So when he doesn't post your picture,
It's all my fault.
Newman.
I sense another hashtag.
Texas.
All right. So, anyways, as always, when we have a guest on here, what we do is we like to talk about obviously what they do at their profession or at the place where they work, which is Kicker. We'll get to that later in the show. But we always want to start out. How in the heck did you get into car audio? Because I mean, what you do is unique, and we haven't had anybody that does what you do working or come on the show. That's why I was like, yeah, please come. And you were like, really? And I was like, yeah, we want to have you on. For one, the fact that you get paid to do social media all day long is like,
It's fun.
really? But you take it to a degree that I have never seen, because you've taken social media to a profession that is just like, wow.
What's on
like,
Giovanni?
Social media should be a way for
You've
for
made it an
shops.
adult game.
Well, it has to be.
Yes.
It has to be. Imagine 5-star car stereo going, look at this wonderful set of shoes I just purchased. Especially
that.
especially
I was
yours.
gonna say,
Especially
there has
yours.
been posts about my shoes.
But they gloves.
Those
My
are
feet gloves.
Yeah.
Those are feet gloves. Those
Yeah,
are not
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah. Well,
Those
we
are
have
absolutely not
posted
shoes.
about feet gloves before because,
yeah.
you know, I mean, who
Yeah.
wears those things? So.
Right. I expect you to do karate at any second with those.
Or no, I
That's-
want to do
Hi,
the
Johnny.
flux climb up a tree.
Right.
Just hang from the
just
tree.
straight up there
Yep.
by your feet and
Yep.
hang by your feet.
Yes, of course.
With your special feet gloves.
With my special feet gloves.
Okay.
Monkeys.
So
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so what gets you? All right. So let's back the train up as we like to
Okay.
do, and let's
Okay.
talk about how did you get into car audio in the first place? Because I mean, where you are now is definitely cool, but the journey getting there, it wasn't like you just walked in and said, "Yo, I'm here, Kicker, hire me." So, where did you start? What was your first foray into the 12-volt world?
there is, or I don't know if it still exists, there is a shop in Danbury, Connecticut called Karsten Car Audio.
Okay.
Or maybe just Karsten Audio. They had a, I think at that point it was a NACA, the predecessor to Iasca,
Okay.
a NACA sound quality competition. And I heard a car, a white BMW, I forget what. I was maybe 8 or 10 years old at that point.
Really? Oh, wow,
and
that young.
I heard a car, and it was incredible. And I remembered it.
Right.
I remember. I mean, I'm 50
Right.
years old, and I remember it now.
Well, yeah,
Um,
it had an impression on you.
I then
A lot, apparently.
Yeah. And then
Big impact.
I'm not a huge fan of classical music, but I appreciate what it takes to create it.
Right.
God knows to mix it. And
We'll get into that in a
we'll
minute.
get to that later. But almost the only classical show I ever went to was the 1812 Overture at a place in Massachusetts,
You-
in open air.
So do you own Blockbusters? Keep going.
I like.
Just Google Blockbusters. Anyway, I know. Sorry.
That's a story. But all
Keep
that
going.
time.
Keep going.
So I heard the 1812 Overture live with real cannons
Okay.
and 4th of July.
Yeah.
And this was at a place that's still around in Massachusetts called Tanglewood.
All right.
Open air. There was a flautist tuning up, just starting up. And that one flautist, unamplified, nothing, just with a piece of steel this long, filled this auditorium. And I was maybe 100 feet away from this person. And I could hear everything.
So
I
basically,
could-
what you're saying is sound really just was like, wow.
For me, it's the constant pursuit of replicating that experience, replicating reality. So, as a sound cue judge in
Well, okay.
Okay,
Before we get to
yeah,
sound cue,
okay,
Judge,
okay, fine.
you're 8. You heard a car.
I heard a car.
Where'd you
I-
go to work after that?
I
mean, 10 years later.
10 years later, yeah, when I was young enough to remember that and old enough to work for it.
Yeah.
In between college, I went to a small college in New Hampshire called New England College, and I would get summer jobs
Right.
in a place called Service Merchandise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Service merchandise.
Yep.
He doesn't
Service
know what that is.
Merchandise. Right. Service Merchandise had a sight
Yeah,
and sound
Joe with
department.
the Kung Fu grip.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
Right.
Anyways, go on. Service merchandise.
Service Merchandise, and they said you're going to go in the sight and sound department. Okay. What?
What is sight and sound?
That?
Yeah.
What's that?
Sounds like a Disney thing.
Learned a little bit about that, and then eventually got out of college, got my degree in marketing.
I was gonna
and-
say, where'd you go to college for? Marketing. Okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
Basically,
That kind of makes sense now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, now we know
yeah.
why. Okay, there we go. Didn't
Yeah.
know that piece of the puzzle.
It's
Aha!
Go by hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
basically it's a public relations degree,
Yeah.
which is basically news writing on steroids.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
News writing on steroids.
Just news writing on steroids.
Okay.
Good analogy.
And from there, I
Did you ever work
I
at a
just
shop?
left. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say
yes,
service.
yes.
That's
I
one
worked-
heck of a path.
I did work at a shop.
Okay.
I've worked at about 4 of them.
Okay.
Anyway, just to fast forward, I ended up moving to Raleigh, North Carolina after college.
Right.
After falling in love with a girl in Virginia and that not working out. Yeah.
My heart. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's right next to Crutchfield. In Harrisonburg, Virginia.
The Playboy Club of the total industry. Hey, the guy goes, I work at Crutchfield, and I go, so you work at the Playboy House? Is Hugh there? I mean, okay. So I mean, you laugh,
Yeah,
but when we were all teenagers, that was car audio porn. It was like, oh, the Crutchfield magazine. You know, everyone was like, Victoria's Secrets. No, the Crutchfield magazine showed up. I need a moment alone.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Ooh, I can afford these ADS amplifiers. They're reasonably priced.
That's right, and you can guarantee you're going to cut yourself while installing them. Dude, those ribs.
Dude, we saw the
those
rhyme,
ribs
man. You don't have to tell me nothing about cutting yourself. I still got scars from those Cobalt amplifiers that they came out with.
Or
No,
burns.
we're just gonna cut the ends off.
Right, or burns on the ribs.
Yeah. They never got hot.
And when
That's all I
That was a lie?
Anyways, so you found it. Your heart was broken. We're ending up in the same state as Crutchfield, Raleigh.
Yep. So I went to work at a place called Creative Acoustics in Raleigh.
That sounds like a good name.
For the old school car stereo guys out there, not to infringe on a trademark, but he's what?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Jay Lovelace who was a legend, and to my mind, he was a legend. He was also a boss.
That's all that it takes.
Taught me a metric ton about car stereo.
Did they do home and car, or
Yes.
just okay? I was
so
gonna say with a name like that, it sounds like they did both.
They did a lot more home at one point than car, but they really took off in car.
Yeah,
Jay
because
was
what year was that?
1907.
No, I was gonna say it was in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
Okay, because the company I worked for was called Audio Video Emporium.
Okay.
And we shortened that to AVE.
Okay.
Because no one was ever gonna, because car audio he started at home.
Right.
And car audio just blew up in the late '80s, early '90s, and it was like home audio. Unlike now, it was like nobody wants home audio, man. It's just car, money.
They taught me a lot about mixing, public address mixing. They taught me a lot about system design. They taught me a lot about acoustics 101, how to mix, how to work with an EQ, how to work with limiters, how to work with compressors. A little bit of everything, a little bit of speaker design, a little bit, because they also reconed there.
Really?
Yeah.
God, the '80s were fun, weren't they?
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
man.
got
That was the best time.
You guys missed it all. We got to be there.
Yeah, the problem is
That
you guys had
was-
processors.
Yeah.
We had Rain EQ30s. And,
Dude, I wanted a set of those
bad.
bad.
I think it's EQ30s. I'm trying to remember. I think it was EQ30s.
Yeah, it was. It was like
yeah.
EQ30s or 31s or some silly thing like that. Oh, I wanted a set of those so bad.
Yeah, and all the hardcore guys had 30-band third octave Rains, normally in the trunk, stacked with an
Yeah, well, and then, what was it? Image Dynamic bought, like, everyone bought, and they put their names on them, and it was like, because we were an Image Dynamic dealer, and I was like, wow, I want a set of these so bad. If I'd had a YouTube channel back then, probably could have got them. Dang it.
Yeah, you could.
Nice.
So, that was, managed a couple shops after that. I then went to work for a company called Fury, a small amp company in Albany, Georgia.
Fury?
F-U-R-I.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real small. They were pretty good.
Okay.
We competed a fair bit. And do you remember a USAC regional director named Don DeRose?
No, man.
Some of the
never
old school guys
got
made
into that stuff.
Yeah, Susan remembered.
Hey, what's up,
Service
Nick?
merchandise, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. Corey, New Hampshire. Sorry. say that correctly. I'm from Connecticut originally, but that just means I'm neutral.
So you work your way through the car audio.
Right.
You do
get to the corporate side.
You get it, but before you do that, did you have a car? You heard a car. You always Okay. So what was your favorite car that you built, or had built for you, or one that you worked on?
God,
because I know you competed
really
just a tad, but I mean, what was
just a little bit? I had a Fiero.
You had a Fiero?
Wow.
A 2M4.
You're kidding.
I had two of them because I needed parts.
Yeah, you had a Fiero.
I competed very, very lightly, and I got into it, and I just...
What color was it?
I needed red.
Red.
Well,
Did they
okay,
make
it was
any other
red.
colors besides
It was red.
Sarah? Because
No.
that's all I remember.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
right. I'm just
No,
sure
it was
it's
white.
not Fiero.
The parts car was white.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I competed very, very lightly, but
What did you put in the dash?
It was Utopias, and it was a 13WX in the front.
So yeah,
And,
like a 3.5 and a tweeter, or a 4 and a tweeter.
4 and a tweet.
Put a 4 and a tweet in the front.
Yeah, and put a plate.
Yeah, naturally, because it's a 4x.
Yeah, it's
so
a
you don't
4x10.
know, a Fiero had a 4x10 in the corner of each dash.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Hey, the first install that taught me I didn't want to be an installer
Was a Fiero?
No. my first car was a Chevy Citation.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chevy Citation. What direction was the radio?
Oh, it was this way. Yeah. Yeah.
With no room whatsoever
Yeah.
behind it. And I thought,
I think they would have learned after that.
Yeah,
Because they came out with the Sunfire, and they came out with the Beretta, and they came out with, or the Berlinetta edition of
the
anything.
Berlinetta. Yeah.
Did you ever see the Camaro with
Yeah.
the Berlinetta
Oh,
that had that?
Weird.
What the hell
Yeah.
was that?
I enjoyed tuning a lot more than I enjoyed installing. And
Okay.
I'm not awesome with hand-eye coordination, but
Oh, you mean you don't play video games?
no, I learned that I was horrible at video games because I'm horrible at hand-eye coordination.
Dude, I can't play video games.
But I
I
can tune.
suck.
I can sit down in front of an EQ, play with phase, play with
All the
I
dials.
play with all the frequencies, and I can get a decent image. I can get some good
So let's-
dynamics out of a
all
car.
right.
And
Back up. Let's talk about the Fiero just a little bit more. Only because, dude,
must we-
I'm fascinated with the Fiero because it was one of the cars. I think I've only worked on 2 in my life, and it was always
it's
just
exactly 2 more than you should have ever worked on.
Yeah, exactly, but it's still fun.
Okay.
What kind of amps did you have in it?
Audison VRX Chrome Shadows.
Which is funny that we were talking about. Yeah, okay. So you had Audison amps and Focal speakers.
And Clarion head.
Everyone had a Clarion head. It was the 80s and 90s. We all had that.
And provided it has the copper chassis, that means it's good.
Yeah, yeah. I had the Mac
I
version.
think the DX9220. I think
something
I'm
like
making.
that. Yeah, it's okay. It was a DMX.
Okay.
Or DNX.
So,
or
yeah,
DDX
I
or DD
competed for,
whatever.
A show.
Did
or
it have
2
pig
maybe.
races on it? Because if it didn't have pig races on it, it sucked.
So you
Oh,
compete.
you didn't know the Clarence?
Very,
the
very
Clarence,
briefly.
No.
And
The Clarence
very
used to have
poorly.
pig races.
Any win? No, nothing
No,
like that.
no, because it was. I competed before I knew how to tune, and it was kind of the other way
Okay.
around.
Okay.
I should have done that.
But
So
you say you judge.
I judged a lot, especially when I lived in Texas, and we haven't gotten to that point yet.
So we're still in that area.
We're in Georgia
We're
at
in-
this point.
We're moved to Georgia. Is the Fiero
Yeah.
in Georgia? Who are we working for in Georgia?
In Georgia, that was Fury.
Okay, so
That
we
was
went to
just Fury.
the Amp Line Fury. How long was
Right.
that around for?
I think maybe 6 or 7 years, of which I worked for them for 1.
Oh wow! So
Yeah, I managed 2 shops in Raleigh, a place called Stereo Trends in Raleigh, and I worked at Creative Acoustics as
Yeah.
the car stereo guy. And then
Got a screwdriver, dude.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, we had it installed.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking. So you end up in Georgia working at
Right.
Fury. You're there for about a year. What did you do for them?
I was a sales manager.
Sales manager.
Yep.
Okay.
Learned a lot about the business side of car stereo.
I was gonna say because
Yeah.
you had marketing, you worked for a store,
Yep.
so I could see that's a natural transition. At this point, you're still expanding your
Yeah, I made a
repertoire.
I decided I wanted to pursue car stereo for a living, and the only way to do that at that point in my life was to move into a position that would let me grow professionally.
Makes
so
sense.
paying dues. That's
Mhm.
just the way
Right.
it worked.
Right.
So I worked there, and then the .com craze hit. I had a friend that said, "Come and work for us at a .com."
Okay.
So I worked for Catalog.com, which at that point their main client was the Dallas Cowboys. So
Okay.
so I moved to Dallas,
Right.
and I worked a little bit on their e-commerce.
Right.
Not as a programmer or anything. I was writing the copy and
Yeah.
learning a lot
The
about
words.
e-commerce.
Yeah.
Making things
And
make sense.
Doing sales because they were also an internet service provider.
So now you're heartbroken because you're doing what your college was for, but you're not doing car audio.
That's an excellent way to put it, because as soon as the .com crash happened right after 9/11,
Right.
I started to work for car toys.
Oh, hey.
Oh. Car to chime in today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I know car toys? Yeah, because
Yeah.
we had a total brain fart moment on car toys. Because I'm
Okay.
like, wait
It's a
minute.
lot of toys.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of toys, a lot of cars, a lot of tunes, a lot of this.
Yep.
So you went to work for actual The Car Toys, which is
Yes, the chain.
the chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was actually a really, really good experience. It was one of those times where, at that point, I learned a lot more about the business side of car stereo, even more
Yeah.
than
Oh,
I
I
did
would
working
assume.
for Fury.
Yeah.
And I learned about different ways to make money at car audio and still keep that
Fun.
passion, because
Right.
you know, you
Anytime-
have that time, you have that luxury.
Well, yeah, and when your hobby and your job cross paths, it's hard to keep
Yeah.
those two
What's up,
like
Bill?
being fun. You
It's
know, a
the
lot
Bill.
of the times, you know, I struggle with that a lot. In that, you know, this was a hobby, now it's a job.
Right. And
How is it going to stay fun?
yeah,
So
almost every installer I've ever met, it's like, what's in your car? And the answer is almost always nothing. Because almost always, almost always.
oh no, it
No,
is
we stay
always.
like
We're
that, yeah.
there. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
we got a Kenwood radio in there right now, and an iData dash kit, thankfully.
Right.
Thank you, Mark and Bill.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the lab in his car, so you know
Yes.
that's where we built the whole lab in his car, which you know is fun.
Yeah,
That
we
allows
can
us to
change a
swap
lot of
pieces
stuff in
out.
there.
But
Okay.
oh yeah, it's like it's a struggle always.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in Dallas, you're in Texas.
Right. I started judging. I forget exactly when it started and stopped, but it was a good 7-8 years, maybe more. I was judging sound Q in the Dallas.
So who
well,
taught
all
you?
in Texas.
Who taught you to judge sound cue?
Primarily, I listened to one of the smartest people I've ever met in audio, and that's a guy named Nick Wingate.
I was gonna say.
You guys know.
I was gonna go because
Yeah.
you got to judge Nick's car. You guys
Yeah.
know Nick. He's been on the show.
Yes.
He's-
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick taught me a ton.
All right. Where'd you guys drive over in the Audi?
Well,
kinda.
in a Audi, yes. So we had to swap vehicles.
It was a
'cause-
loaner.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to hear the truck.
No,
No.
I
No.
know.
Nope.
All right, keep going. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
so-
Didn't mean to
Was that a
interrupt.
little bit? Was,
No, but
was that
I've
a bit of a
sat in some
disappointing
vehicles at Sage
transition there?
as-
What
as
were you
No,
doing?
well, because
No.
Nick just
Yeah.
came in to tune the truck.
Yeah.
Nick was just here last week to tune the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Rapid?
probably better that you're not hearing it now because it definitely needs 100 hours of break-in, but it's still very impressive.
Okay.
The full Utopia
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
system.
lot. Yeah.
It's
But
yeah.
so you learned from Nick, or took advice from Nick.
I took a lot of advice from Nick and one of Nick's very good friends, James Feltenberg.
Okay.
James, I believe, still plays from on the Fort Worth Symphony, and he may even be the conductor now.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So guys like that said, go listen to live music.
Yeah.
So I did, and I went to whatever I could find. I mean, I found the occasional jazz club. I found it's like, the only kid, you know,
Yeah,
in that
the
age
jazz club.
listening to a jazz club. But I listened to what I considered reality.
Right.
I listened to unamplified acoustic music, even though I'm a metalhead. I mean, I've got Slayer and Slipknot playing more than anything else. But-
Okay.
But I also
I have
do-
jazz playing in my
I do.
car right now.
What's that,
You're
Christopher?
much more cultured than I am. when it
No,
comes to
I
that.
just
No?
I can't. I need to unwind sometime. So like I'll run listening to whatever, but when I'm
Uh-huh.
driving, it's like I like talk, and if I can't listen to talk, then lately jazz has kind of been. And it's funny because with jazz, I can't stand when people sing.
Mhm.
Like if as soon as they start the next song,
Mhm.
I just like instrumental. But then I got
Right.
kind of burnt out because it seems like every other jazz song has a trumpet in it. And it's like, okay, I get it. Yes, we can all play the trumpet. Good. There's a couple more. Play a bass, play a keyboard, play a drum. Just
Yeah.
let the trumpet guy sit over in the corner for a little bit and take a $5. You
Well,
know?
Yeah.
hey, but by the same token, you got to keep your mind open. Okay, think about Slipknot for just a second.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, no,
I'm going to
no,
go
I-
to Slipknot for a second.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
that's good.
Tangent.
9 guys in that band, right?
Yeah, what, only
9
5
guys.
play?
Listen to it. Listen how well it's mixed. Seriously,
Uh-huh.
every single one of those quote-unquote instruments, okay, quote-unquote,
Sorry,
Every one of
McNulty
them.
goes Kenny G fan.
Yep.
No.
yep,
Go ahead.
you can hear that every one of them has space.
Yes.
And as somebody who spent a little time mixing, yes, we'll get to that.
Yep.
I can hear every instrument in that band.
Right.
So it is incredibly well produced. You listen to even some country music.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly well produced.
Oh yeah. Well, that was, you know, like when we when we had Nick on the show. Nick was like, if you're trying to tune and you want to listen to music, really the only music you can listen to right now is country music, because they're the last group of people that are playing instruments. And
he's not wrong.
No,
he's not
but
wrong.
The sad thing is even country now is becoming more pop. So it's like that's you got to find the real twangy country music.
Well, hey, Chris Stapleton is
I have both those, Robert.
immensely talented.
Both of those. Spies in the Rippington.
Yes, Christopher McNulty. Thank you. The man is, Nick's got skills.
Nashville has.
That's driven up in Arnold,
Guam.
Arlington.
You have Guam.
Yeah,
Guam.
Yeah.
well,
That's cool.
McNulty's in Arlington, so
McNulty is in
okay.
Yeah.
he's driven.
Yeah.
That's the name of his company.
Okay.
Chris, just so you know, Sue does play saxophone. So, wife is a saxophone player.
Yeah.
But purely by accident. Yeah, I know. I have a saxophone in the corner somewhere. I've taken pictures of it.
Is that one of them, Robert? What's up, man?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's.
Right.
We went down a rat hole there
Yes.
for a minute.
No, but
let's
it's,
pull.
it's an important
Oh, it's an important rat hole. There's no
important.
doubt about it. Trust me, this show doesn't exist without rat holes. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so
We're in Texas.
we're in Texas.
Yeah.
I ask a judging
You
or
judging.
judging for whatever.
Yeah. And
Did that for a couple years.
7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years
About that.
working for
Okay.
Car Toys and other
combination.
places.
Yeah, no, just Car Toys.
Okay, so you
Car
were there.
Toys and Catalog.com. In between those.
Okay,
two,
so you
I
were
was-
there for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lead this here. So somehow between Dallas, you ended up in California,
Yes, it did.
which is a strange trip.
Nice, man.
But
Not when JBL hires you.
so you were for JBL.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know Andy there?
I knew Andy Waymeyer very well.
Okay.
Okay, fine. We met like 3 times.
That's
And I know Andy
awesome.
to speak to him once or twice.
Yeah. Well, that's about all we ever
Yeah.
did.
But yes, Andy, I think Audio Frog is a.
It's a hopping good time.
It's a hopping good time. You know how much I love frogs.
I know how much you love frogs.
Sounds
Bill
scary.
Frog. Bill Frog.
Yeah.
Go frog.
But
Go frog.
Andy's a real smart guy. And
Andy's a real smart guy.
He is driven by his passions, and he's a very intelligent.
If you guys don't follow him on Facebook, you should. And it just torment the hell out of him. I'm joking. Don't. God, no, don't. Because then it'll unfriend me.
Mention 2 words. Damping back.
No. Just go. How do you test for? How do you test for your? Don't use a tape measure. You can't use tape measure. Polarity pops. It's all about polarity pops. Oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways,
so yeah.
See, there we
So
go
you
again.
you work for JBL.
I worked in what is called the field marketing division. Basically, I was a trainer for the West Coast.
What did you train him on?
Primarily kind of Audio 101. I went to larger stores.
So for 12 volt.
Basically for
Home
everything.
car? Or?
Yes.
So yeah, because JBL was...
For Harman, JBL, and Infinity, I trained on what it was the company was about and what the gear did and why it was special.
Oh, that's cool.
Because there was so much turnover in larger stores.
Yes.
There were lots of guys that were working there that
had no idea.
Yeah, they needed a little help. So that
makes sense.
That's what I did. We didn't, I didn't go into too many smaller shops at that point. I was.
So it's like Circuit City, Best Buy type things.
Right. Fry's.
Fry's.
Yeah, big stores like
stores.
that needed a little help. And I was also writing a little bit for Mobile Electronics magazine.
Ah, the magazine.
MEA.
Yeah, for Chris Cook and
Okay.
Solomon. Yeah, Solomon Daniels.
Solomon.
Yep.
And good.
Yeah, know
very
those
good
guys.
Yep, very good people, and it was great to be able to interview different people, different companies, and talk to them about, tell me about what you care about. Tell me about what your corporate priorities are at this point.
So, okay, following this path is really not... Okay, so this is putting a lot of dots together for me as far as how you ended up at Kicker doing what you're doing.
There are little pieces here and there.
So there's definitely pieces to follow, breadcrumbs to see.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you're working there, you're having a spanking good time, but it's It's California, man.
It's California, and it was kind of hard to pay the bills.
Could imagine.
And I got
Sorry,
married.
Jason.
You got married?
I got married
In California?
In California.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to end up living in Oklahoma at the end of the story, but
Yeah, it's okay.
So now the thing got more expensive.
So,
Yeah.
okay, real quick. Is she from California?
a native,
Really?
Yes.
And you took her out of California to Oklahoma?
willingly.
Wow. Good. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job. That's impressive.
It was
Not picking on Oklahoma. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, you are.
Native.
she was.
I've been working at Kicker since I was 16. I'm only 35 now.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I know. I've
Yeah,
been in the car.
That's right.
So you're in California.
I'm in
Yeah,
California.
Uh-huh.
That's why I keep them around.
Yeah.
About 3-ish years later, Jimmy L and I went separate ways. I just couldn't afford to stay.
I know that feeling. Yeah. You love the job, but they're just not making the bills work.
Yeah, I mean, California, it's very expensive, and
To say the least.
yeah, and you really, it's very hard to, buy a house that you really
Living.
like,
Mm-hmm.
if you value,
You
having
can get a
having
nice
decent
one
house.
bedroom. No, I mean one room. I'm sorry.
Right,
No,
right,
one room.
Okay.
One room.
Yeah.
They
That's-
call it, there's a room, there's a name for that. It's called a hovel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
have a tarp on the top.
yeah. Well, and that tarp will be there for a long time. Invest in that tarp. Clean it. Make sure it's maintained.
So, you work. So obviously you found a different job in California,
Right.
And that's cool. And you got to do some fun stuff there,
Yeah.
which we'll just
Robert.
skip over. Although Haley is going to be bummed because you got to work on one of her favorite TV shows.
You
So,
can say the name. It's fine.
Yeah.
so you got to work on Gene Simmons' Family Jewels.
Yes.
You're an audio guy,
Yeah.
and
I primarily edited dialogue for Gene Simmons' Family Jewels.
did you ever meet him?
No.
So.
I heard great stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Great stories. I met William Shatner
Oh, that would
for,
be fun.
for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, hi.
5 seconds. I said,
Dude, that guy's like 1,000,000 years old, and he looks the same. It's quite creepy. Like when he dies, there's gonna be a hole in the earth. I'm just. I mean, I'm not even. It's
of
like,
course he's going to beam out. He's from Star Trek.
But it's just like if and when he dies, it's just gonna be like there's just this. I think people are gonna walk around lost for a little bit, going, Jesus Christ, he actually died. Unbelievable. You know?
I know. I think he's
You
actually
know who he
immortal.
is, right?
Well, yes, I know.
I'm
You
just
know-
gonna say I'm gonna have Bart
Did you
stab you
just
when we
ask
get back.
Lori if
I'm
she
just
knew
asking.
James Sack?
Yes.
William Shatner. I mean, come on, not everybody. Paul, you're funny. Of course, we'll answer it with that. All right. So we leave. Okay. So how do we get from Hollywood to Oklahoma? That's, I guess, the question we want to ask.
I've been friends with the director of marketing named Kevin Campbell for many, many years.
Okay.
And I was at CES, and Kevin said, "Would you be interested in coming to Kecker?" And I said, "No, I'm willing to definitely talk about it." So he did. He brought me out there and made me feel like this could be a home.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. It's an
and-
easy place to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, don't worry about the tornado thing. It's
Tornado,
silly. It's
hail.
silly.
It's cold weather every now and then.
People watch Twister way too much. Way too much.
So when we pulled into
everything is
Joe's
fine.
garage, I go, "What is that?" I thought he had like an oil. I thought he changed his own oil. And he goes, "No, man, that's my. That's for when the tornadoes come. We
Yeah.
bunk out in there." And I go, "Wait, what?" And he goes, I'm like, "So you got to back the car out?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
It's just in case.
So do you have one too?
No, I don't. But there's a half dozen people around me that do.
So you're just
So-
running,
Yeah.
holding the baby, running while the
Right,
tornado's
right.
coming in the background. I got time. You have one, I'm sure, right?
Actually, no.
Oh my gosh! I'm not hanging out with any of you guys anymore. When I go, I'm hanging out with
Yeah.
Joe from now on, and that's it. Do we have one at the Kicker compound? Is there a hidden floor that I've missed?
No, but we have areas of the company that are designated.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, they're
Uh-huh.
stable.
Yes. Oh,
in
yeah.
a-
Is
in a-
that
Very
just
safe.
just
Yeah.
grab one of the old
Everybody
Solo-
go to that room!
Just grab the Solo X18, pull it, hide underneath that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be fine.
Grab the warhorse.
You probably
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
it.
the war horses
Probably
are all going to become projectiles, man.
Yeah.
There's just war horses spinning all
Yeah.
through the place. You know,
That's
and if
awesome.
you're,
Instead
but
of
the only
Sharknado, it could be,
so
you know,
yeah, Sharknado.
Yeah.
Well, the only nice
Yeah.
thing is if you're in the back of the place,
Kickernado.
you
that
can
would be-
outrun the tornado
Kickernado.
because
Yeah.
it's like you're
Yeah.
you're an eighth mile away if
Yeah.
you're in the back. It's like the
Yeah.
people in the front won't feel anything if
Yeah.
you know. It's like
Right. Where the rest of the building go?
yeah, where's the
That
rest
kind of-
dude?
Okay.
Oh, all right. It's on the back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for the smokers, by the way. When we
Yeah,
left,
awful.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he showed me. It's like
Yeah.
they have to go from here to there. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like
I don't
a
wanna
golf
smoke
cart,
that.
Yeah.
or they have to
Right.
drive. I was like, wow.
Right, right. Yeah, we
Oh
got to
my
start
gosh.
like putting in a tram
Yeah.
or something to get people.
Or just
Wow.
no,
From one
just,
place
just
to the other.
quit smoking. That's
Yeah.
the easiest thing
Well,
to do. I mean, hey,
yeah.
if you smoke, it's all you.
Yeah.
But man, you gotta walk to smoke a kicker.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because like the one guy that I saw out there smoking, he works at the front of the building, so he's got to walk the more than an eighth of a mile because it's almost like a quarter mile he's got to walk just to get out there to smoke a cigarette.
Well, maybe that'll help his lungs.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think by the
By
time
that
he gets
time,
there,
he's
he's
gonna be
lightheaded.
like-
But see, he doesn't have
Exhausted.
much time to smoke, so it's just.
Well, no, he's over there going. God damn, I need this. Woo! I mean, I had to go downstairs and walk a quarter of a mile.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I know that was bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Hey, I dropped the GD.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right.
All right,
So
so-
yeah.
So you
So-
moved to
Yeah.
you moved to Oklahoma.
I
Oh.
talked to my wife and
Check.
I kind of shuddered when I said it and said, "Do you
Want to move to
wanna move to
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma?"
And did you go Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma? No.
Yes, that's
Did-
precisely what she did. She broke out into song.
How can you not?
Thank you.
Every time
No,
somebody
that's-
says that's exactly what. Hey, you want to come to Oklahoma? Oklahoma.
Right, and she started going like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
exactly. Oh, that's, every time you say that, that's what plays in my head. I just
Is
want
that a
Wow.
song from
Right.
something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
from Oklahoma.
No,
Oh,
that's not
thought-
a song from. That's
No,
not
no?
the Oklahoma.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's
I
the
was
song.
assuming.
Lauren's like, it's
I was just
not
assuming.
that.
Not the
You're
Oklahoma
right.
song.
Right.
That's the song that plays in my head. Okay,
Okay.
so it's just
Oh,
what
You're
happens.
much good, Jack.
Uh huh.
What's that when?
Yeah, because no one's parents.
All right, so
us.
she agreed to move.
She was enthusiastic about it because
Nice.
we like to do little day trips, weekend trips,
Yeah.
and there's so much access.
Yeah,
And the people are just awesome.
they
And-
are.
And I can drive 4 minutes, and I'm at work. And I can drive 4 minutes.
And you're at the Chick-fil-A. They have
3
a
minutes.
Chick-fil-A.
3 minutes.
3 minutes,
Man.
I can get to
3
Chick-fil-A.
minutes.
Still not open on Sunday, but they have a Chick-fil-A.
Their barbecue is incredible.
Yeah, that's
It's
dude,
incredible.
You guys were just freaking out over that cornbread. I thought you two needed
Oh,
a
yeah.
moment alone with that.
Oh, yeah. It was good.
Where did we go?
We went to Bad Brad's.
Okay.
What's Bad Brad's? And both him and
Bad
Joe were
Brad's.
just holding his cornbread like it was
Legit.
like
Legit
Yeah.
cornbread.
Wow.
The size of a Buick. It was
should have moved
fantastic.
to Arkansas.
Sorry, Johnson.
That was last.
I
that
was just
last
there.
week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was,
I
gonna
was
say.
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Arkansas is incredible as well.
When I called Lori last
Yeah.
week, she's like, "Oh, I'm just driving to Arkansas right now."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because
Yeah.
where we live in Florida, you're not driving anywhere other than the other coast. Because if
Yeah.
you have to go north or south, that's a day trip. That's 5 hours north, 5 hours south to anywhere worth going to.
Mhm.
So I mean, because you know, and if you're going to Jacksonville, forget it.
Oh.
So it's like here you can just go diagonal. That's it. You just go across the state. That's
and
where
you're
the fun
and
is.
you're still in this state. So
Yeah, but you're
Mhm.
still
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
hours. But or you're driving into the water. You know, that's the one I see.
Oh,
But you guys have that.
yeah.
You guys do
Yeah.
this really long.
Yeah.
But ours
Yeah.
is the other way.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the upsides of Oklahoma. One of the downsides is, I mean, there is some pretty vicious weather.
So
So you deal with it when you can.
So funny thing about Oklahoma, real quick, and I know this is sidetracking the hell out of this, but so we had the or the shark tacos.
Uh-huh.
Haley goes, "You had shark tacos in Oklahoma?" And I go, "Yeah." She's like, "There's no sharks in Oklahoma. Why would you have?"
There is some
There is.
freshwater sharks.
But those are not sharks, and that
Well,
was
they are.
definitely not
They
freshwater shark I was eating.
That was
But we did.
they.
They were good, but I just
Yeah.
They
she
only
picked
come
on
in
me.
forms of tacos.
Yes, well, there's many forms
They're
of tacos.
indigenous shark.
Which is funny because
I
they
guess.
don't have shark tacos here. They only have fish tacos here. So, Anyways, so you decided to take the job at Kicker.
Yes.
When you first worked there, just like so many other people that work at Kicker, you weren't doing the job you're doing now. True. They had something totally different for you. And then, so what were you doing when you got there?
They hired me initially as the videographer.
Okay.
And when the social media person left, they said, we'd like you to consider doing that instead. And I thought about it and said, okay, I mean, this is not something I'm used to, but I can write. I love car stereo.
Right.
They wanted somebody that was, as Kevin put it, dyed-in-the-wool 12-volt. I am. So I tried it, and I really enjoy talking about it. I enjoy talking to people about it. It's not always the easiest conversation in the world.
No, but, yeah, I can relate.
It's not from Australia.
What? So you're going to be the videographer. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about audio up to this point. Where did the videography come in?
Well, I
Just
worked
amateur?
in Hollywood for years.
Yeah.
As a combination of a sound editor and a mixer. They're not the same thing.
No.
A very small amount of the video side of videography, but I was just basically going to,
You know the shiny lens side and the eye socket side on the back.
I knew a little more than that, but I worked on a couple shows here and there, but that was going to be the gig, and there was a change, and said, "Are you open to trying this change?"
Okay.
And
so how long have you been doing this social side of it?
Just about, because it was very quick.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I started in May of 2015. So
well, you only worked for Kicker for 4 years?
Yeah, he's a baby.
The average Kicker employee is like 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 13 years is the average Kicker, right, Lori? 13 years?
About 13 years,
Mel's the Phantom out of Texas for a pack. Drives one of the purple trucks. Mm-hmm. She goes, that's a Kicker dude that takes the photos.
Yeah, we met at USAC Finals. We have supported USAC Finals now for 3 years running, and we're going to be supporting the Unified Finals, and we're pretty actively supporting car stereo competition.
Yeah,
at this point, so
which is nice because it came back around. So I mean, it was let's go dirt bikes for a while, and then it's like let's go.
We're still and all that stuff.
You still got to. I mean, diversify. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's why we do the show because it's where the people are. Got to go to people.
Yeah.
We got one, Joseph.
What do we get?
One of the tents from
Kicker 10-inch spares.
Alma Gate.
Well, yeah, but we didn't get one of the new ones because there's a pallet there with hidden Alma Gate subs on it. But yeah, they're still there. They're still pallet. Joe knows where they're at.
Joe.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's still some there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a secret within Kicker.
Well, okay, so I was like, dude, if they got them, they should just send them out to people. Have Steve sign them, kind of like the Warhorse, and just put, stickers like they put on this, and just send them out to, shops or whatever, give them as giveaways. I don't know.
Actually, we still do warranty replacements and stuff with them. That's what they're pretty much for.
Well, screw that.
Wow.
Come on, man. They're old. No.
Yeah.
No, sign them, put them on things, ship them out to people. I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world to put on the wall.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know what we should do? We should,
You put LEDs on.
Your wall sounds great.
No, we can't do the LED thing because of the cameras. But you know what we should do? I don't know, we're solely sidetracked. I'm sorry. We should make a shelf and put the Alma Gate sub next to it.
Next to that, yeah.
That white spot
that
right there.
in that corner.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep, we should do that right there. Good idea, Lori.
Yeah.
We could actually just back mount and have that big magnet. Just screw it right to the wall. Because the voice coils collapse.
So they can see it.
Yeah, but dude,
that's fine.
Just a big round magnet. All right, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Bill, you're here still. No.
I feel so loved.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been a Kicker for 4 years now.
Yeah.
4 years now.
Yeah.
And so, Soundman, Hollywood, bunch of pictures, worked on some TV shows, worked at Car Toys in Texas, drove a Fiero. So let's go back to before we moved to Stillwater. Because we're in California, do we have car audio in our car?
I was working at another car stereo shop before I didn't go directly from Hollywood to here.
You did the JBL thing.
Well, that was JBL, then Hollywood, then I worked at a place called Pacific Stereo in Riverside, California. which is one of the largest privately owned car stereo shops I've personally ever seen.
Have you seen Abbott?
Nope. Is it?
Yeah, Abbott's like a mall.
Is it a?
Have you seen Abbott?
Is it a dedicated 12-volt shop?
No, it's a dedicated electronics shop.
Okay.
It's like,
okay.
Google Abbott. ABT.
Google Abbott.
When you get, and just
Do
like,
people walk in and go, "Hey, Abbott"?
no, because you would never hear
You
you.
would-
It's like a mall for electronics. It's like, it's
Oh wow, really, Mel?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, so we worked at Pacific.
Yep,
And-
I was writing most of their stuff for their website.
Okay.
And doing product reviews, which was really cool.
I
That was-
bet.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because at this point there was no more magazines.
The
internet had pretty much taken over.
Auto Sound and Security is
It was the last.
It was the well, okay. PassMag.
Yes. Yeah.
PassMag is.
But it turned into a
is
tuner
pretty-
magazine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, it's like they just took all car and just what was left.
Right, but those reviews are legit.
I'm not saying they aren't. I'm just
Yeah.
saying they just
Yeah.
as a coming from car audio and electronics
Yeah.
to PassMag, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, just get to the car stereo stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh look, new pipes. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Keep
So
rolling.
it wasn't as fun.
That's definitely kind of the downside, but hopefully, especially with the advent of social media.
Well, yeah. Well, now
it's-
now it's all I get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
it's
Everything
like
is
every
social
every.
media.
See,
I can't get anything other than 12 volt in social media now because of the
Yeah.
way the
Right.
logarithms work. It's
Right,
like
right.
he looked at a 12 volt picture. That's all he ever wants to see for the rest of his life. It's
Right,
like,
right.
No, please show me something. That's why I have to have 2 Instagram accounts. I have one
Okay.
for 5-star, and then I have my own personal. And on my own
Right.
personal, I will not look at 12 volt
Right.
at all.
Right.
So it's like filled with running people and
Mhm.
headphones, which is
Okay.
what I want to see.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
so when we were there, someone asked, "Did you get a set of headphones while you were there?" And I was like, "No, I didn't ask for a set of headphones over there." But the guy that sits next to Joe, who does the headphones,
Mhm.
he had his whole
Alex.
is just there's headphones everywhere, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Yep. He's an engineer.
oh yeah.
Okay.
But no, I'm just
Yeah,
like looking at all
yeah.
the headphones, going, resist the headphones, resist the headphones. Because I want to touch everything, man. It's like, oh, yeah. Ooh. Lori, I need a set of headphones. Talk to her.
Where's Lori?
Anyways, what?
Sit on it.
So, what car did you have when you were in California, and what did you have in it?
Oh, just my Corolla. And believe it or not, it was just bone stock stuff.
So, at this point, you're a beat down man. You're just beat down.
I didn't have time, and at that point, I didn't have the money to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
to
You're beat
install-
down.
right.
You're just sitting there
install
waking
the-
up in California, going, "What am I doing here, man?"
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed working the places I worked at.
Yeah.
And God knows I valued the skills that I developed
Well, you have to.
over time.
Yeah.
And when this came along, tons of companies talk about themselves in terms of quote unquote family.
Right.
Tons of them. A lot of them kind of abandon that feeling
Well, yeah.
when
because it's become a
it gets to
business.
brass tacks. Kicker is, to me, the closest I've ever felt to my coworkers.
I'm not like
you know,
that. He's running
just-
like Baywatch. Jesus.
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
So yeah, they treat you well.
Well,
they
and
make a
that's-
conscious effort to do so, and I care more about that than I
Right.
do about working with people that care about what they do. Is contagious. It's fantastic.
Well, and that's the
And-
feeling that I was trying to get when
Yeah.
we got to film the video. It was like trying to take that little lightning in a bottle and make it
Right.
more interesting. In that it's like there's all these cool people here that do cool stuff, and it's like it's not just a warehouse full of boxes.
No.
There's, and that was one of the takeaways. It was like, if this department's having a problem, this guy can literally go across the hall and talk to this department over here, and that guy can talk to this department over here, because they're all there.
Yeah.
And the average average is what, 15 years, 20 years,
13, 12,
13
13
years.
Yeah,
13,
that
14
someone has
years.
worked there. So it's pretty
That's
scary.
no accident. I mean,
Yeah.
it is so much easier to just say, I'll take column A surround, column B cone, column C, spider, slap it together, slap my name on it, maybe get an engineer firm to verify it, and call it done. And
Yeah, Steve would never do that.
There are companies that do that, and that's a lot cheaper, a lot faster, and you can put whatever you want for an RMS.
Right.
You can put whatever you want for peak and just let it go. And yeah, there are some guys that I'm pretty sure
No.
do that.
They're probably like me. They can't pronounce the Kipler.
Clipper.
Clipper.
Clip.
Clipper?
Clipper.
Clapper?
Clipper.
The clapper.
The clapper.
The clapper.
You know,
Clapper.
and then
The machine.
they're like, what's an AP? Audio precision.
Yeah.
What is this audio precision that you speak of?
It actually proves that it sounds good.
So,
Not
okay.
just loud.
So Aziz, I love Aziz. Aziz
Okay.
is what helped Joe get this warhorse. Anyways, that thing to
right.
us.
Right,
He's
yeah.
the one that found it.
Yeah, that one.
And but what's funny is when he in both the videos we've done with him, is he makes a point of saying this is the audio precision. It's 20 grand. both
Yeah.
times.
Expensive.
This very expensive.
Yeah.
20 grand.
Yeah.
And
Let's
I'm
make
like,
it clear.
And I'm like,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
siding irons are 800. That's 20 grand.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
But and in my mind, I'm sitting there going, because it's only. Do you have an audio precision at your desk? I mean,
No.
why not? Everyone else does.
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw one in your room.
With-
Dude, everyone has an
So to play
audio.
with it.
Dude, everyone has an audio. Every engineer has an audio precision at their desk. There's the 4 guys in this room have them. There's 4 guys in that room that have them. There's the people and the other random rooms just have them. There's like audio precision. I'm going.
Why do you think that is?
Well, yeah, I know why that is.
Yeah.
Is one in the bathroom so
Well,
you
it's
can
just
play
like
with
the
it when
same
you're...
reason why I have
that
3
way
tools.
you can work wherever you are at.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the,
That's sure.
Yeah.
Because you want to find
Yeah.
out what it actually does.
Oh yeah, but it was
Good,
I
bad,
was-
or otherwise, you got to find out what the
So I'm
truth
sitting
is.
there going, is this 20? That one's 50 because that's the new one apparently. So
If you guys
that's a
have
new-
extra,
that's
you
an
can
old
save one over here.
And I'm going, like, Jesus, you got $1 million in freaking AP machines in here. Oh my God. But whatever it takes.
Right.
But they only got one bill doing social media. So let's talk about social media real quick.
Okay.
So you handle all of Instagram, all of Facebook.
Basically, all social media pages.
So you do YouTube too, right?
Yep.
Okay. You guys have a guy now that films,
We have
Three
people.
guys.
We have 3 guys that film. Yes.
and they do the editing, and then you do some editing.
I also do some editing, and I do a little bit of filming myself.
yeah,
So,
of course. 'Cause, yeah, sometimes it's easier.
But everything comes to you. Like, you have to approve everything?
Socially
yeah,
side.
yeah, from a
Right.
social standpoint, yes. But I mean, of course, I've got other people
Yeah.
that I work with above me.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
with
yeah.
me that
Yeah.
say this is
Yeah,
has
yeah,
gotta
this
go
is
up,
what we need.
want this up, and
Well,
this
yeah,
is what we
there's-
need.
Yeah, the sales guys.
I mean, that's you got to make sure that everybody's getting what they need to get the message.
Like, Lori,
No,
I want this.
No,
Yeah.
Lori has nothing.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey. Yeah.
want a mint? So with Instagram, which
Okay.
by far you've done an excellent job on Instagram. You guys have like 110,000 or more now subscribers.
A bit more than that.
Okay.
Just a little bit more.
I understand because I'm like me. You ask me how many subscribers on YouTube, I'll be like, I have 110,000. You know, it's like 52. So how does a kicker, a guy that did a kicker install, how do they get you to see that? Because you
There's-
repost a lot of people's stuff,
Right.
naturally.
Right. Not just shops.
No, there's a lot of consumers,
A lot of consumers installs if they're clean.
a lot of old school too.
Right. Right.
You find an amazing amount of old school kicker stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
When
And keep
Okay,
in mind, he's
you-
getting paid to play on Instagram.
you know the difference between a hashtag and an @ sign. Okay.
I do, but they
Right.
might not.
Okay. Hashtag is basically a method of search.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Type in hashtag kicker audio, not just kicker, by the way, kicker audio. And the algorithm, the mysterious algorithm, which is it's probably easier to find out the recipe to Coke or KFC.
Yeah,
And
13. Yeah.
Yeah. And the algorithm uses that to say, okay, here are the posts that our
So
kicker audience.
you see that.
Right.
Right, and I track that along with other certain hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Using the @ is a direct call out to kicker. So when you look and say, all right, who's mentioned me?
Mm-hmm.
The hashtag doesn't show up. The @
go.
does.
Right.
Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The guy's got enough of his own thing. We don't need to
This
help
guy
him.
again. Yeah.
Him and his wiring.
I believe that sharing posts
Yeah.
is the first best way to get a message out, to talk about different things. I love the old school stuff. I love the new school stuff, but
So
for
how many-
different reasons.
How many posts do you guys post a day?
It depends. When we're doing shows, 3 to 5, normally 1 to 2, because for the most part, when you post 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, it's like you're screaming into the void.
I agree.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't help.
It doesn't. It doesn't help.
No.
And
Once a day is almost
Yeah.
too much. But yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
once a day seems to work just fine.
Yeah.
But I answer questions basically every waking hour.
Oh, you don't have to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I answer a lot of questions, and when I don't know, I ask my engineers.
Right.
Okay.
I won't just respond. And to be honest, I don't want to be the thought police. Not everybody likes our particular brand, and that's fine. That's their right. I'm not going to block them.
Oh,
I'm
right.
not going to, delete
Yeah,
their
yeah,
post
yeah.
No.
For sure.
unless you cross a line. You start
Right.
saying
Bad word.
disparaging things.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Against
Well,
other-
I think
yeah.
everything is like that because you have to. You don't know who's looking at it, and your opinion is cool. You have your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. But
Yeah.
it is once it crosses the line of the Carlin words,
Mhm.
Or
then-
just flat
or just hate.
Just
Then,
flat hate.
Yeah, the world's
Yeah.
got enough. I don't need it on my little Facebook
Yeah.
or Instagram or YouTube
and
or
yeah,
any of that stuff.
that'll go away. And on rare occasions, I'll actually block someone. It's very rare for me to block.
Do you
someone.
use words on YouTube for YouTube? Do you use negative words? Do you type in words that you don't
Like
want?
a keyword or
Keywords.
something?
I just
rejection
review the
words?
comments. I mean, we've got a much larger Facebook and Instagram presence than we do YouTube.
Because
So-
that's the one service that YouTube gives you is the ability to block words.
yeah, Facebook does as well, and we have a
Yeah.
filter set
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
for that.
It's for the people that don't understand.
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah.
People need to just chill out sometimes. Exactly,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Remember, this is just car audio. We're not saving lives here. We're making people happy, but we're not saving lives. Although, I guess, no, we're not. There's no guessing. We're just having a good time.
Yeah.
And we've had a good time, and that brings us to the hour. Can you
It's
believe
an
it's been an hour?
I cannot.
I know,
Yeah,
that's
it's been awesome.
a typical thing. Lori, thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Bill, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. I've been wanting to get you on just to have this conversation.
Yep.
I knew it would go everywhere just because that's the way our brains think. And
Yeah.
and that's just cool.
So many squirrels.
But he's been everywhere too.
And that's
so-
the idea, is
Good.
to sum it up, is like if you want to do something in car audio and you're not necessarily the best installer, you're not necessarily the best salesman, it doesn't matter. All roads can lead to car audio at some point or another. From something as simple as being a small child that hears a car for the first time and is just taken away by like, oh my God, this is unreal, you can do this with sound.
A Fiero.
To owning a Fiero. Boom, here you are, you're working for Kicker, you're controlling social media, you're making things great. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for coming. For the rest of you guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the show. As always, DNF Tool Drawer is a place where you can find all the cool tools that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon is a place you can go to support the show if you want. We appreciate it. Yes, at some point we'll get back to doing podcasts. We know we've been sucking on that lately. It's just so many things have happened. Things are getting ready to slow down.
That's right, Paul. Wow, they have 194.
Temperature? Oh, followers on Instagram, 194. Yeah, I'll go for the temperature. Teespring.com/store/5stars place you can find all the cool t-shirts. We're going to come up with some new ones. I've been having some interesting thoughts over the weekends as far as t-shirts, so Fernando's been bugging me. We're going to start getting ready for Christmas, coming out with some neat t-shirts. And then, of course, The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, if you so choose. That is ramping back up. I know I keep saying that, but we're going to have cool t-shirts too, because damn it, it's Christmas.
Well, thank you, Bill, again.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming
so much.
on.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll say goodnight, farewell. We'll talk to you tomorrow. You can find us on Instagram, 5 Minutes with 5 Star. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on YouTube Saturday at 6 o'clock. And we won't have to run out of here this Saturday. That'll be so nice. You don't have anything to do Saturday, do you?
No.
And neither do I. All right, cool. All right, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.